Here we go. So I've been back to content recently, and this is my first tutorial video since I came back. And you know, I built my channel last year off making tutorial videos for like average players, right? And I don't know whether I'm an average player or not anymore. You guys can decide that. Probably not looking at the screen. That's probably the truth. But I'm not somebody who likes to say I'm good at the game, because I think way too many people think they're better at the game than they are. So if you're actually like a humble guy that just wants to learn and you know, be better at the game, this video will definitely help you. So this video is going to be about Triple Threat Online. So you can see our record is 54-8, right? What that ultimately means is we've got an 85% win ratio in TTO this season. And there's a couple of caveats in that. We've got at least a couple of losses, you know, when your opponent quits and it gives you a loss. We also lost the first game of this tier because we were trying to do Zion's XP and I just threw the game. So, you know, there are games you're going to lose. You're never going to have a 100% record, but, you know, you can win the vast majority of your games. Just to put that in perspective, we've already got 5 Jamal Wilkes this season. We got 2 Matisse Thybulls, and we got Bobby Jones off TTO as well. So a win ratio like this will comfortably get you all of the rewards. So I want to do like a tutorial to show you how to win more games in TTO. Now, if you're winning 20% of your games, 30, 40, 50, whatever, I hope this adds at least sort of 10% to your win ratio, and you know, it helps you have more success in the game. So the first thing is the lineup, right? And then what I'll do is I'll go to a few previous games. I'll find a couple of games that, you know, really speak to how I approach this game mode, and then I'll do gameplays on those. But the lineup, lineup is important. Apologies, I do have like a really sore throat. I don't know why, but I do. Hopefully I haven't got COVID for the 4th time. So lineup is important. So the first thing, the most important thing, so people will look at height, right, in TTO, and people do this in every mode. My clutch time win record this season is about the same, and I'm running Steph Curry as my point guard. He's 6'3" with a 6'3" wingspan, so don't get caught up in what elite comp players are saying, right? And in fact, a lot of average players are saying, because they think they're elite or comp, or speaking on behalf of those people. Yes, obviously a wingspan helps. Badges are more important, and your comfortability with the players is the most important, okay? I'm super comfortable with this Steph, especially with his SIGs. I'm not a dribble god, but there's about 4 or 5 different ways I can get a speed burst with Steph, and there's probably 3 or 4 different ways I can get open with him. There's no other card I can do that with. So I was using Luka before him, and although Luka will green more shots and hit more shots, especially when they're contested, for me it's just better to have a player that you're way, way better at getting open with and having better looks with. So despite the cheesiness of someone like Luka, I'm going to get more threes and green more shots with Steph because I'm getting better looks. So having a primary ball handler, it doesn't have to be a point guard, it can be a shooting guard, small forward, even a power forward, like a Morris Stoudemire's got some amazing signatures, and I've run him in TTO recently. You just need someone you're really comfortable with in terms of getting open, because that's really the skill set in TTO. Can you get open and get a good look, right? That's the skill set. So the point guard or your primary ball handler is super important. And then the other 2 players, I just look for defensive cards. What I won't do is play a center who's slow. So I've got Porzingis, for example. I had Yao. I won't play those guys in TTO. Like, they might get you a stop, but stops are really easy to get at the rim in this game. They're really easy. We all know blocks are way overpowered. So having 2 cards like Giannis and Bobby, who are basically perfect in terms of defensive badges, are really the cards you want to be running. These guys will get you the same stops Yao would, but they'll offer more on the offensive end. They'll be way better in transition. They've got better jump shots. So this is the kind of lineup I would look at. In terms of alternatives, you've obviously got cards like Jordan, you've got Kobe, whoever you're comfortable with, whatever SIGs you're using. I remember back in the day I was using that Diamond Trae Young, because I was just really good at getting open with him. I was good with the Trae escape, so I could get open very easily, and his shot was, you know, lightning quick. And then you've got a bunch of options here. Like I said, I would stay away from like the slow, bigger centers. Like when I see Yao in a team, I'm expecting to win that game, because I know he's going to get caught in transition. Like Giannis will clear the floor before Yao even knows what's going on. And you're going to be shooting threes. Like you'll see as I demonstrate what the real meta is on this game mode. It's all about getting open for threes. So, you know, Yao is not a player you're going to be able to do that with, like, very effectively in TTO. He's not going to get open on 3.9 very often. So you need players that can get open. You need players who can move a little bit. The Giannis behind the back is great. Bobby Jones got some great 6 too. So there's a whole bunch of options, but I would stay towards like players that can move. Just keep that in mind. Players that can move and players that will get open. So this is the perfect lineup. So what I'll do is I'll jump into a couple of games now and show you exactly how I approach the game. Like I said, we have an 85% win record. If we are being realistic, it's probably 90% considering error codes and stuff. And you're not going to win every game. This is not going to help you win every single game. It's not possible. If I run into a comp player or a high level player, I will get roasted in TTO. Most of my games are competitive, even the ones I lose, but I know there are players that I just cannot beat in this game. There's a few players I run into regularly that beat me every time, but this will definitely help you get more wins. So I hope you enjoy the tutorial. Let's get into it. So what I'll do is I'll break down a gameplay from before, because I think this is quite a good gameplay to demonstrate, and then we'll play a live game to show you how it works in real time. So you'll see here, looking at this guy's team, he's got Jar, who's decent but not a good three-point shooter. You've got Vince, who's decent but not the best three-point shooter, and then you've got Shaq, who can't shoot threes. So that's the exact lineup you don't want to use. So straight away you can see I'll string together a couple of dribble moves to get open. Now, as I said, you don't need to be a dribble god. That was just a simple behind the back into a step back, and we get a great look with Luka. We don't green it, but Luka doesn't miss those shots. Now, I don't use Luka anymore because actually I'm more limited with his dribbles than I am with Steph's. I'm way better with Steph. But you can see there straight away, that's the meta, really. If you're moving up the court not in transition, if you're just moving up the ball from an inbound, you're looking to get an open look on the three-point now. Now, let's talk about the defense really quickly. So the vast majority of people who play this game don't know how to get open. You can see he's trying to get open here with Jar, but Luka's going with him. Now, we know that Shaq isn't a threat in this game. Unless he's under the hoop, he might get two. And even if he does, that's not a problem because we're going to be shooting threes the whole game. But you can see here very clearly, we close off his options. We're switching between Ferry and RJ, which close off his options, which caused him to make a mistake. The next thing that's important is thinking 2 moves ahead. So you can see here, he's looking for Shaq. But I know Shaq's not a threat, so I leave him. And I actually go to Jar, who he's probably going to try and get the ball to because he's his primary playmaker. So because we read that decision, we managed to get a stop. Now, this is the most important thing I'm going to say in this video. You can see as soon as we got the ball, we hit an outlet pass immediately to RJ. Now, this is the mistake a lot of people that play TTO make, and it costs you games. Is you try and you give your opponent time to reset. There's no reason to give them time to reset. Your players will run in transition. You just got to look for the one that's open. You can see here we get another stop, go up the court, and immediately to Ferry. Like, that transition is what will win you games. If you can get a couple of stops in a game, and you know how to transition, you will win almost every game. You can see there we get another stop, but he gets a bit bailed out. You can see we're just putting pressure. So there is a combination of on-ball and off-ball going on. When they're running around the perimeter, unless they know how to dribble, if they know how to dribble, I will get on them. I will use them the most of the time because I will try and figure out the spot they're trying to get to and try and get there before them. That's usually the best way to stop them. You can see there, we on-balled with Luka to stop Jar. He'll probably get some points here, which he does. But you can see the combination of different things. Just the different dribble moves, the different looks. You can see we start dribbling as we come up the court. We want him guessing about where we're going to go. In the end, we just stop and turn, and it freezes his Jar. It breaks his ankles. That's one of the things that Luka card does better than anyone else. But if it was Steph, I'd probably hit an escape. If someone had the tray escape, I'd probably hit that escape, and it would get the same results. But Luka does, when he turns, that momentum shift can cause a huge amount of space to open up, which is what really makes his card cheesy. So you can see again here, we're not being predictable. We're not allowing him to get too close. We get out, there's enough space there, and we pull the trigger. It really is that simple, guys. I don't want to overcomplicate this because it really is that simple. In defense, look, you can see we're onboarding. As soon as he gets inside, we'll start to on-ball, and we get a strip. Now we're looking for the transition. We find the transition, and we hit another 3. It's that simple. It really isn't any more complicated than that. Know a few dribble moves to give yourself space. ISO with your primary ball handler. Make sure he can shoot the ball. Make sure you know his shot. And when it comes to defense, it's really about your positioning. It's about the times you choose to on-ball, off-ball. You can see here the defense collapses when you get inside, which is why, when we get inside, I try to get a user steal because your defense will collapse. But yeah, it's about knowing when to on-ball and when to off-ball. And it's about thinking a move or two ahead that will usually get you stops. But if you're getting a couple of stops in a TTO game and you're confident you'll score on most possessions going the other way, you're likely to win most games. It's that simple, guys. So let's play a game live and let's see if this stuff translates. Let's see if I know what I'm actually talking about. Let's see what we can do with this stuff in real time. Okay, so we've got Steph, Giannis, Bobby. That's our new team. So the game I showed you was from a few days ago. I kind of replaced my whole squad, actually. which ultimately resulted in me replacing my TTO squad as well. But I am confident this video will get you more wins. But let's play this game live. Let's see how we go. You know, hopefully it doesn't fall apart and I get proved to be a fraud. But I'm definitely having way more success. That's a decent team. That is a good team. He's got 2-point guards in Drew and Pierce, which, again, I just wouldn't recommend. I think you need... And you can see here, he knows what he's doing. So we're going to on-ball him. Look, there it is. He's going to look to get enough space to get a shot. And it looks like he's going to use that step back. We can see that already. So what we're going to do is as soon as he goes for that step back, we're going to switch on ball and it will shut him down. Let's see what happens. Right, there it is. There's a step back on ball and we shut it down. Now, if you were off-balling entirely, you would give up a 3 every time there. So that's just one example of how you can lose a game. You saw us do it again. In transition, we immediately move up the floor and we get an open look. We do not take our time ever moving up the floor in transition. If we give up the ball, it's fine. There you go again. He goes for the step back. We've on-balled him again and Steph's open again in transition. There we go. And the thing is, guys, you'll get rage quit after rage quit. That's the other thing. It's not only that you'll get more wins, you'll get rage quits. Because people at this stage, a lot of people do just check out the game. And you can see here, he's actually trying to do the right thing. He just doesn't know what Drew's dribble moves are, which is what's struggling. So he's now switched. He's taken a bad shot. And we're going to do the same thing again. We got a bit stopped, but again, a quick swing. A quick swing. That was one extra pass that time. And within the transition, again, we score in about 3 seconds. It doesn't give him time to think and respond. So we're going to follow this Drew. And you can see that step back from Drew absolutely stunned Steph. So we have to on-ball it every time. Giannis is open, that's a green, and that's another 12-point lead very quickly. So you can see here, guys, it's really transparent what I'm doing. That time he got way too much space. I couldn't stop that. That was too much space. So he can keep trying it. We do have an answer for it. He scored 1 in, what, 5 so far? That's fine. If you give up 1, that's a good look. You can see there we actually used the Curry escape to activate a speed boost. So we didn't use the escape to try and get an open look for a 3. We actually used it to get a speed boost to try and get inside. I was actually trying to get his defense to collapse, but it didn't. We tried to cut him off because I knew he was coming back, so I moved Curry in the way to hope to get a bump, but we gave up a foul. Right. So same thing again. He's going to go again. Let's see if he tries to transition. That is about as bad defense as you can play. Luckily, he's missed a shot. But doing that is just generally a bad idea, guys. Don't jump. Do not jump because... That's the time to jump. When you see him getting open, that's a good look. Sometimes you'll have to jump because you know there's just too much space. But if you jump, you'll take that defender out the play and you're on a 3 versus 2 situation. So again, we use the Curry slide. This time his defense does drop. It does collapse. That's what we were trying to do the last time. We used the Curry escape to speed boost. We're not using it to get open for a 3, which we could do. But right now we're using it to get inside to try and get his defense to collapse. And you can see again here, I don't know why I keep jumping. I don't know why I keep jumping. Don't jump, guys. We are like up quite significantly in this game, so I think I'm chilling a little bit. But yeah, we need to be smarter than that. Again, we get inside. We're going to try and get someone to drop. They didn't. We get the rebound. So we're a bit blessed there. We are absolutely blessed there, but we are up by 10. So this isn't massively different to most games I play. There's a couple of times where I will make mistakes. You're not going to play a flawless game every time. He is completely stuck now. He doesn't know what to do. He's trying to create that space again. He does. That's that momentum kind of step back that I talk about with Luka, which is absolutely deadly, right? It is hard to stop. Your best shot at stopping it is to on-ball, which we did. That's good defense from him. So he's kind of figured out Steph now. Will he leave him to open is the question. We got a huge lag spike. Jeez. Okay, that would have been the end of the game, but that was a lag spike of death. Right. We will get the win, don't worry. Again, we're not, like, we haven't played the best in this game. And he's got a decent team, but we're not under any pressure here. There's no threat. He's tried the same move again. This time we're not letting him have it. Cool. Let's hit the transition 3. Actually pull the... Why am I so... Like, the lag. My goodness me. Last time it lagged heavily to the point where we very late did it or very early did it. And that time I couldn't even get the shot off. Either way, with a bunch of drama, we get a comfortable win again. And that's it, guys. Like I said, the quick transition, knowing when to on-ball, knowing when to off-ball. Your offense is ISOing and trying to get open with a player. Just learn a player's dribble moves. Just even if it's 1 or 2, even if it's behind the back, you know, a step back, whatever, an escape. Just a couple of things that will allow you to get open and just be confident with the players and the shots. Run a primary ball handler and 2 defenders, and you'll be in a really good place. That's how you win more games in TTO, guys. I think what is our record now? 55-8 this season, something like that. I mean, it's a good win record. It just is. Objectively, it is. I'm definitely way better at TTO than I've ever been. It's always been a mode that I struggled with, and it is a mode I don't enjoy playing because you can have a couple of freak animations that can put you in a really tough spot. One of the big things, guys, on top of this is if you lose a game, don't sweat it. It just doesn't matter, guys. It rarely matters if you lose a game. What are you losing? You're losing, like, a ball drop potentially, like, until you get to the top tiers. Top tiers, when I lose, it can be frustrating, but most of it, I mean, people just quit out of the first 5 games to have a shot at the top 3. So, it's not that big a deal to take the pressure off if you are struggling. But, you know, if that's a decent win ratio, like I said, if you want a win ratio like that, just do exactly what I'm doing. It's not complicated. It's more IQ stuff than anything. Okay, so let's jump into one more game. Let's see. Let's like I said, let's prove that this isn't a fluke. You know, we are getting wins out here, so if we can find a game. Always a bit worrying when it takes this long to find a game, but let's see. So let's just put it all together. Same stuff that we've been doing. You know, I think I've lost like 4 or 5 legitimate games this season, and they were just way better than me. Let's see what this guy's squad's looking like. Okay, it's not the best squad. He's got Hero, Kobe. Yeah, I mean, it's just... Zion is useless. I don't know if he's trying to do his XP, so he might be trying to do his XP. Right, cool. Let's get the ball to Steph in the right spot. Let's start moving. Let's start grooving. Let's get that speed burst going. See if we can get an open look. Yeah, Giannis is open. Pass the ball. I'm so delayed. My God, I'm delayed. Would be for a tutorial, wouldn't it? Right. There you see again. So we got inside, defense collapsed. They will collapse. They're brain dead. You can't stop 2 players collapsing at once. You can only control 1 player. Again, giving up 2s, give them up all day, guys. It's just not a problem. A 2 to me is the equivalent of them not scoring. There's a step back. He went missing. And that's a wide open 3 again. So, you know, last time we drove inside, which is why he did that. He drove inside to try and cut us off. This time we didn't drive inside. We just hit a simple step back, literally down on the right stick. This time we're going to switch to Bobby and get the stop. Lovely. Good stuff. Right, now we're going to try and get open for a 3 again. That is open. And that's another 3. You can see it's just so simple. It's so simple. This guy obviously isn't the best player, but it doesn't matter. What I'm doing is going to work against most players. There is a handful of players. Right, that's good pressure. There is a handful of players this won't work against, and I'll have to figure things out. The dribbling in particular will get dialed up against people who know how to stop you, you know? So you will have to make adjustments. Again, that's a 2. Nothing we could do to really stop it, and also I don't really care that it went in. It's not going to change anything about this game. Let's go back to what we were doing. This time we go inside. Let's hope we can get a drop. We did get a drop, but he kind of reacted, but now he's overreacted. Remember what I said, guys. As soon as you jump, you're going to leave someone wide open. If you jump, you've got a 2 to 3 second period where it's 2 versus 3 in this game. So someone's going to be wide open. Don't take the player out of the possession. Just don't take the player out of the possession. Right, there you go. We jump inside. On the inside, do what you need to do. You know, on the inside, do what you need to do. Just don't jump on the perimeter. Do not do it. I know I did it a couple of times in the last game. It was a bad reaction. There you go. Just like I said, a couple of dribble moves. So we'd run round the arc a few times. This time we ran round the arc, but we stopped. Curry escaped back into the corner, and he couldn't do anything to stop it. Right, there we go. I thought he was actually going to pull that. Don't jump. Again, I do it instinctively. You will do it. Just every time you do it, just know you're going to give up points. That you will give up points. That's open. Know when you're open, guys. Again, the step back. He now has no idea what to do. Like, he knows if he off balls with that that primary ball defender, Steph's going to eat him alive. So he's trying to on ball with him, but he's got to try and predict if I'm going inside, outside, you know, to the side. He just doesn't know where I'm going. No, that's a great move from him. Well done. So he did it to me that time. He got inside. Defense collapsed a little bit. But it's another comfortable victory for us, guys. It's a very comfortable victory. This time we're going to try and... Should we try and Pro 2 into a 3 here? No. It's not even called Pro 2 anymore. Playing out here like it's 2K21. Look at the pump fakes. Again, if you're going to be inside, you're going to mash like that. Wait till they jump. And you don't even need to wait the first time. You're not going to get called for, you know, a violation. Just be there as long as you need to be until you get the look you want. This is good defense. Yep, great defense. We switched just at the right time on ball again. Stopped it. And the transition 3 should happen. It's Steph. And that's a wrap. Okay, guys, that's everything. So I think this has kind of explained what I do. We are, what now, 56 and 8? So, yeah, we have I don't know what the maths is on that. I feel like I should know. So, 40 is 5. So, we've won 7 times more games than we've lost. That's where we are. I mean, it's a good spot to be in. It's a very good spot to be in TTO. And like I said, if you want the rewards, this will get you the rewards. So, that's the video, guys. I really hope this helps. If it does help you, drop a like, drop a sub. Get the video out. Help the algorithm get up so, you know, more people can see the video. But until next time, thanks for watching.